It was a bright morning in Washington, D.C. The sky was clear, and the American flag waved proudly above the White House. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi of Japan was visiting the United States for an important meeting. It was her first official visit as Prime Minister, and she was a little nervous but also excited. Sanae Takaichi was known in Japan as a strong and confident leader. She had worked hard for many years to reach this position. Today, she was going to meet former President Donald Trump, who had returned to political influence and remained one of the most talked about figures in the world. When her car stopped at the entrance of Trump Tower in New York City, a group of reporters and photographers surrounded her. Prime Minister, what will you talk about with Mr. Trump? One of them shouted. She smiled calmly and said, "We will discuss friendship and cooperation between Japan and the United States." Inside the building, everything was grand, shiny marble floors, tall golden pillars, and large portraits of Trump himself. Trump walked in with his usual confident stride, wearing a dark suit and a red tie. "Prime Minister Takaichi, welcome to Trump Tower," he said loudly, shaking her hand. "Thank you, Mr. Trump," she replied politely. "It's an honor to meet you." They sat down in a large meeting room with a great view of the city. Coffee and tea were served. Trump started the conversation in his usual style, bold and direct. "You know, Japan is doing great things," he said. "You've done a wonderful job as Prime Minister. People say you're strong, maybe even stronger than I was. I like that." Sanae laughed softly. "Thank you. Leadership is about serving the people and protecting peace." They talked about trade, technology, and security in Asia. Trump praised Japan's innovation and said he wanted to see more American companies working with Japanese ones. "We have many opportunities to grow together," Sanae said. "Especially in green energy, artificial intelligence, and defense cooperation." Trump nodded. "Yes, I agree. The world is changing fast. We must work together to keep our countries safe and successful." After a while, the conversation turned more personal. Trump asked her about her rise to power. "You're Japan's first female prime minister, right? That's a big deal," he said. "Yes," she said proudly. "It took time, but the people trusted me. I want to inspire young women in Japan to believe they can achieve anything." Trump smiled. "That's fantastic. You know, people said I couldn't win either, but I did. You and I, we know how to surprise the world." They both laughed. The atmosphere became friendlier. Reporters were later allowed to take photos. The two leaders stood side by side, smiling for the cameras. One journalist asked, "Prime Minister Takaichi, what message do you have for the American people?" She answered clearly, "Japan and the United States are partners in peace. Our friendship is strong, and we will continue to build a future of cooperation and trust." Trump added, "That's right. Japan is one of America's best friends. We've always had a great relationship. And under Prime Minister Takaichi, it's going to be even better." After the press conference, they walked to a private room for lunch. The menu included sushi, steak, and green tea ice cream. Trump enjoyed the food and said, "This sushi is amazing. Maybe I should open a Trump sushi restaurant." Sanae laughed again. "If you do, I'll send you the best Japanese chefs." During lunch, they discussed world issues, climate change, the economy, and peace in the Asia-Pacific region. Trump spoke about his ideas for global business. Sanae listened carefully and shared Japan's plans for clean energy and technology. At one point, Trump asked her, "What's your biggest dream as Prime Minister?" She thought for a moment and said, "My dream is for Japan to be a country where everyone, men, women, young, and old, can live in harmony and happiness. A place of innovation and peace." Trump nodded. "That's a great dream. Big dream. I like it." After the meeting, they exchanged gifts. Sanae gave Trump a beautiful handmade samurai sword model, symbolizing honor and friendship. Trump gave her a golden eagle statue, representing strength and freedom. Before leaving, Sanae thanked him again. "Mr. Trump, thank you for your time and your warm welcome." He replied, "Anytime. You're always welcome here. You're doing a great job, Prime Minister." When she returned to her car, the reporters were waiting once again. "Prime Minister, how was your meeting with Mr. Trump?" She smiled and said, "It was a very good meeting. We had a productive and friendly discussion about the future of our countries." That evening, in her hotel room, Sanae looked out the window at the New York skyline. The lights were bright and endless. She thought about how much the world had changed, and how much more it would change in the years to come. She opened her notebook and wrote, "Greater than, leadership is not about power. It is about understanding, courage, and building bridges between people and nations. As she closed the notebook, she smiled softly. Tomorrow, she would fly back to Tokyo, back to her people, her government, and her responsibilities. But she knew this meeting was more than just diplomacy. It was a sign that Japan and America could continue to work together, not just as allies but as friends. And perhaps, somewhere deep inside, both leaders had found something rare in politics: mutual